So I just woke up, so it's time for the morning weigh-in. Boom. So the best time to weigh yourself would be first thing in the morning, right after you handle your business, and before you eat or drink anything. And that's just so that it's really consistent. If you try to weigh yourself at the end of the day, after you've eaten and drink and sweat, it doesn't really make sense. It's always going to be a different number. Like, I can't tell you what I'm gonna weigh at the end of the night tonight, but I can give you a rough estimate of what I might weigh in the morning. So that would be my best advice for weighing yourself. Oh yeah, also, I'm recording on my phone because apparently my sister needs the camera for this 8-week class. So for the next 8 weeks, I'm just gonna be doing stuff through my phone. So that's gonna be fun. On to meal one.
Okay, I'm doing a voiceover because I got scared to talk to the camera in front of my stepdad and my mom. So what you want to do is you want to put your bowl onto the scale, and then you want to turn it on or tear it. Look at that, 40 grams. So that's the number we're trying to achieve with pouring these oats. I was trying to hold it and then get the angles right, but like also pour it at the same time, so it was kind of hard. But yeah, if you've never weighed out any food before, this is what it looks like. If you've done like a chemistry lab or something, it's like the same thing, right? And yeah, see that? Look, I went over a little bit. I went over 1 gram, but I don't even care. I didn't track that. It's like, it shouldn't be that big of a deal.
I know a lot of you guys might not like fruit and veggies, but look at that. Okay, I guess you really can't tell what's going on. So this is 40 grams of oats, 1 scoop of protein powder, and just like a whole container. Okay, my mom came downstairs and I got nervous, but I'm almost done with this. And the whole premise behind this meal is like an overwhelming amount of carbs, because this is my pre-workout meal and I want to be nice and full and pumped up for the lift. I put a bunch of salt in here too, because sodium helps in like contractions and performance and stuff. Oh yeah, everything was weighed out, which if I didn't weigh things out, I would have no clue how much I'm eating, honestly. I've tried to kind of like auto-regulate my food, and unless I'm eating the same things every single day, like, I have no idea how much I'm eating. I could be eating under or over, because with something like raspberries, it's a it's a high volume, low calorie meal or food. So you have a lot of it for not a lot of calories. Whereas if you have like nuts, you could have the same amount of nuts as I did raspberries, and you could blow over your calories super easily. So yeah, I think food scale is really important, and knowing food labels and how to actually track food accurately, it's a skill. And I think that's really important on a diet. Another thing I forgot to mention, I track my weight over time in MyFitnessPal, and then also there's a spreadsheet that I got from Lee Lem. Really cool guy, he's an influencer too. He's like super short. I got it from him, and it'll show you like your weekly average weight. So that's really cool. I'm gonna try and put that in the description of this video. 2 things. For one, hydration. I have like the flavored creatine right now. I put some of that in a cup and then just like, I had that before having this. And I was actually kind of full off that, but I don't know, I mean, this tastes good and it's gonna help me in the lift, so I just had this anyways. But yeah, drink before, after your meal. Just drink a crap ton of water. Throughout the day, drink a crap ton of water. It's gonna expand your stomach, keep you full. So hydration is really key on a diet. I recently got like the little Mios, where you just like squirt the flavor into like whatever, if you're drinking out of a cup, squirt the Mio into the cup and it'll flavor the water. It'll make it a lot easier to get more water in. Sparkling water also has that same kind of expanding effect. Since it's carbonated, it's gonna expand your stomach even more. So sparkling water is really good too, or any kind of carbonated drinks. I got the ghost. I only recently started being able to really like tolerate higher caffeine intakes, but caffeine is really good on a diet too, because it'll suppress your appetite, give you more energy, like say if you're really deep into a diet and you're just super low energy, like you wake up like, try and hold off a little bit, like an hour and a half maybe after you wake up, and then have some caffeine. Maybe like you go do your cardio or whatever, or if you're just super hungry, like get some caffeine in if you're fasting until like noon or something. You can't wait till noon. Caffeine and a bunch of water, that should save you. But yeah, back to this. Just a bunch of carbs pre-workout, a bunch of carbs post-workout. I'm just gonna be kind of spewing a lot today because I didn't realize how much little stuff goes into everything that I do. So I'm gonna be trying to explain most, if not everything, that I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Yeah, we're supposed to be lifting in like an hour, which is like perfect for this because I wouldn't tell you to have this like half an hour before a workout. Like an hour or longer would be better before a workout to have this meal because there's so much fiber in it. I think there's like 15 grams of fiber. So it's gonna take a bit for your body to digest it. If you have like a banana or like a Rice Krispie treat, have that like half an hour before your workout. It'll be good because that's a faster digesting carb with not like almost any fiber in it. But yeah, if you're having a really fibrous meal, have that a bit before the workout. And then after this, I'm actually going to go on the walking path for like 10 minutes. It's called like a digestion walk. It's supposed to help, with digestion, right? But I recently started doing that too. And again, lots of water also. But yeah, I think that's everything for now. I don't want to focus too much on the gym. So I'm gonna make a quick gym montage and I'll see you guys after. Okay, I'm pretty forgetful, but a couple things I forgot to say. So I like briefly touched on it, but seasonings on your food is really important. You already don't get a lot of food on a diet. So why would you make it not taste any better without seasonings? For the most part, they don't add any calories and they make your food taste like 10 times better. I live by the saying, if you ain't sneezing, you ain't seasoned, okay? Something like that. But yeah, add seasonings for sure to all your food as much as you can. That'll go a long way. And by the way, don't mind how messy everything is back here. I'll fix it one day. When you have a meal with carbs, it's important to walk afterwards because when you eat carbs, like have you ever had a cookie and afterwards you're like more hungry than before you had that cookie? If that's the case, then that's because here's your blood sugar, like just normally, and then say you eat the cookie right here, your blood sugar is gonna spike, all right? And then once it's done spiking, it's gonna come down like below your baseline. So now you're even hungrier, you're craving more sugar. So now like you just made it worse. But if you pair, like I just had oats with protein and raspberries, it can minimize the spike. So now maybe you're here and it's like not that bad, and you're coasting, you're chilling. And let's say you add a walk on top of that. I haven't walked yet, not gonna lie, but let's say you add a walk or a walk after, you're gonna keep it freaking like relatively the same. And I just recently like started learning about insulin and insulin sensitivity. So you could take it with a grain of salt, but I'm pretty certain that's how it works. So that's something to take into consideration too. Like in the mornings, usually I'll just have like eggs or egg whites with no carbs and I'm chilling. But usually if I do have like a banana or something in the morning, I'm pretty hungry throughout the day. So just something to be mindful of and experiment for yourself. Try meals with and without carbs. Try walking after. Try adding more protein, more fiber. Just try and keep your blood sugar levels stable and then see what that does for you. Last thing I want to talk about real quick. I got the Apple Watch. This is actually my dad's. He gifted it to me. Shout out my dad. And I've been tracking my steps using that for, I want to say maybe since like the summer. And I'd say it's a bit of a game changer. Because last year when I was trying to diet, I was tracking steps through my phone, and it was like pretty accurate, but it wasn't totally accurate. And if I was walking, I'd have to keep my phone in my pocket or something. But now, like say my phone is on the ground or something, but I have my watch on, like I can still track those steps. Or like normally I'll go on the walking pad and like do work. My phone is like gonna be next to my laptop usually, or just like, like just it makes tracking steps a lot easier. And yeah, I can track your calories burned. I don't like it's not totally accurate, but I'd rather be consistent, like consistently wrong than, like right sometimes, because for me, I've been like working on closing my move ring, which is like 500 calories, which is actually a pretty good activity level, which I'm sure that's why they start it at 500 calories. But yeah, for me, burning 500 calories in a day might look like half an hour of cardio and like 12,000 steps, which sounds kind of like a lot, because I mean it kind of is, but I've always been really active and I don't really mind it. And plus, half the time I'm getting my steps in, I'm just on my computer, so it doesn't take away too much from my day. And I've kind of clocked out mentally from school. I don't know if you can tell. I'm just kind of over it. But like especially in the summer, it's gonna be a lot easier to be active. And one more thing, I only recently realized that cardio doesn't have to be like anything crazy. Like normally I'll go on Stairmaster and like go crazy hard, and by like half an hour my heart is like palpitating and stuff. Or like I'll be on the elliptical and I'm like dripping sweat by the end of my session, which is cool, but it doesn't have to be that intense. I'm realizing that your deficit's mostly gonna come from food, and then cardio is just gonna add like a little bit more to it, ideally. Or maybe like you're eating at maintenance, like your normal maintenance, you just do like a crap ton of cardio. That could work too. It's all about just like obviously what works for you. For me, I've been realizing that like when I go play basketball with Joey, I don't even want to run half the time. Like I'll shoot a shot, I'll brick it like crazy, and I have to go get my rebound, and I'll like walk for my rebound. I won't even run after it. So for me, just doing like low intensity cardio really gets the job done, as opposed to trying to go crazy every day and then like burn out. Because that's kind of what I did last year when I first tried to lose weight. I think I just went too hard. Okay, final thing real quick. Kind of going off that note, yes, like a diet is supposed to be temporary, but you see this all the time with like people who take Ozempic. They'll take Ozempic, they'll lose the weight, and then they'll gain it right back. But why do they gain it back? It's because they don't really build the lifestyle and diet habits to support losing weight and to support maintaining a lower weight than like what they used to be. So what this might look like would be like, say you're overweight and you take Ozempic. When you're on Ozempic, you're just not gonna be hungry. So you just like, you'll skip meals or something. Like you'll order a pizza at the end of the day and maybe you eat like 2 slices and you're done. But normally you'd eat like the whole thing. So it's like, did you really change much? Or is the Ozempic just like taking over for you? Whereas say you eat your normal diet, but you do 10,000, 12,000 steps every single day and you're losing weight like that, that's much more sustainable than taking like the Ozempic kind of route. Which isn't to say that if you're taking Ozempic, you're doing it wrong. It's just that that's usually what happens. But no matter who it is, like a bodybuilder, overweight person, me, like you still have to put in the work. You still have to diet, hydrate, sleep a lot. That regulates your hormones, makes you less hungry, more full throughout the day. You still have to lift hard. You gotta preserve all the muscle that you can, or even build muscle. I think I've built muscle over the last few weeks. And you just have to do everything right, no matter who you are, if you want to lose the weight and then keep it off. Okay, I think that's it for now. I cleaned up a little bit. It's not like totally right, but I mean, it's way better than it was. Okay, I just got back from the gym. This is the second meal. I probably could have made it more presentable, like if I cut up the strawberries, but I'm in a bit of a rush because I have class in like a little less than 2 hours. But, you know, I gotta get ready and stuff. Like I still have to shower, and I take forever to get ready. But this right here is 200 grams of non-fat Greek yogurt with a serving of PB Fit, which is just like powdered dried peanuts, something like that. But it's like super low fat peanut butter substitute when you mix it with water or like mix it in something like this. And then 200 grams of strawberries with some 0 sugar Hershey's syrup on top. It's really not that bad. Like, I don't know what it looks like to you guys, but I've been eating this for forever and I really mess with it. Something I forgot to mention earlier, something that really helps when you only have so much food is to eat slowly. Like, I'm gonna try and take my time with this, but like also rush, because like I'm in a rush a bit, which is kind of funny to say. But when you're patient with eating your food, your body has more, or your mind, your brain has more time to process that you're actually eating and like you're full. So like this right now, like I want more food than this. Like this doesn't look like a lot, but after I get done eating and after I drink some more water, I'll probably feel fine, which will carry me on to like tonight when I have my dinner. But like I said, high protein from the yogurt and the PB Fit, carbs from the strawberries. Pretty simple meal. Doesn't take long to put together either, which is another thing. You have to have like simple, repeatable meals. It's nice to make some cool recipe for like not long ago I made like a pumpkin. It was kind of like a pumpkin pie, but not really. But it was some pretty cool recipe with like some pumpkin stuff in it. But it took forever to make. Like I couldn't make that every day if I wanted to. I'd have to like meal prep it or something. Probably could use some sweetener in this, to be honest. Add sweetener to some of your meals. I'll usually add sweetener to my yogurt, coffee. I guess that's about it, but you could put it in other things too. I'll put a picture of the meal flavors that I have. That one was like some Arctic or something. I don't know, it was blue. I did forget to record it, but after I lift, I did do half an hour of cardio. Can you read that? Ugh, I'm gonna like break my wrist for this. I ain't lying. All I did though was 6% incline, like 3-1 speed. A lot of the time, you probably do have the energy for cardio. It's just like it gets boring, which I get. But for me, I really like doom scrolling. So something that I've done is I'll combine something that I do like doing with doing cardio. So for me, that'd be like doom scrolling. I'll just doom scroll and like answer snaps and stuff, text people back. Because I have a lot of like unopened Instagram DMs and stuff of like reels. So I'll just open all my reels while I'm doing cardio or something like that. It makes the time go by really quickly. Or today even, like I have a chem exam later. I haven't studied one bit for it, but I did during cardio and I feel good about it now. I'm gonna also let you know what I get on that exam when I find out if this video comes out after I get my score back. I don't really think there's too much for me to say. I think I went over a lot of the stuff that I wanted to cover. Something that I do want to say though is that lately I've been like meditating and journaling a little bit more, because when you're stressed out, when you're going through stuff and you just overall aren't very happy, like I know there's a lot of like cortisol spike jokes going on right now, but like for real, like your cortisol will go up, and when your cortisol goes up, so does your ghrelin, which is the hunger hormone. So the more that we can calm down and like just take a second and holy crap, it is really snowing outside. Anyways, the more that we can calm down and just like chill out, the more we can bring our cortisol down, and with that our ghrelin. So for one, meditating like first thing in the morning, but before any of your meals, you become a little bit more patient. Like when I wake up in the morning, like this is the first thing I want. I just want to eat. But then if I like drink water, meditate, I'm like, okay, like this isn't so bad. And even if it is so bad, it's like, you have to understand that dieting isn't supposed to be easy. It's not meant to be easy to maintain or even get to the point where you have abs or even just to lose any kind of weight. That's why so many of the population right now, or so much of the population right now, is overweight. It's because it's comfortable to be overweight. It's fun, even. Like, I'm not shredded by any means, but I lost some weight since the summer. And during the summer, I was just eating whatever I wanted. Or like right before the summer, I was eating whatever I wanted, however much I wanted. And I wasn't very active. And it was fun. Like, it's nice to eat pizza. It's nice to eat chicken, like fried chicken. But that comes with a cost. And that cost is your health and your composition, your body composition. So I'd rather trade food for pleasure. Like, this still tastes good, but like as much pleasure as like something like fried chicken or pizza. Like, I would trade that for this, for my health, for my body composition, for the discipline factor. Like, I've been a lot more disciplined ever since getting back onto a diet and a routine. The mentality that you need in order to lose weight, that carries over into other things. I will say though, one of the sadder things for me when I'm on a diet is I wake up and after I get on the scale, whether or not it goes down or up, like, I'll be looking forward to the next day. Which I say that's sad because it's harder for me to live in the moment. When you're on a diet, like, all you want to do is chill out, sleep, eat your food, and then see the scale go down. But I'm trying not to live like that because that's no way to live. You shouldn't wake up every day just waiting until tomorrow. You should wake up every day living it like it's your last, because it really could be. And that's something that I'm trying to get better at myself, which is another reason that I've been meditating and journaling. So just try and like calm down and like sometimes I get hungry. Sometimes I just want to eat, but that's no reason not to be productive or hang out with my friends and family. Just be grateful for what and who I do have in my life. So that's kind of like the flip side for me for when I'm dieting, or at least trying to. But like I said, that's something I've been trying to get better at. And I think everything in life is a skill for the most part. So it's something that I'm going to try and get better at. And I want you guys to learn from me and not adopt that excited for tomorrow mindset. Instead, just try and be present. I'm starting to think I didn't mention this. So you burn fat when your energy output is higher than your energy input, meaning you burn more calories than you're consuming. And whether you create that deficit through diet or cardio or both, or just like any kind of activity, doesn't really matter, just as long as you're in deficit at the end of the day. I don't know if I said that. I think it's like common knowledge, but I'll say that just in case I didn't, or in case anybody doesn't know. And you don't really have to know like what a calorie is. The only thing that you really need to know is how to track it, which is by using a food scale and weighing everything out that you're eating and plugging that into like MyFitnessPal or any other kind of tracking app. And then to know your maintenance or what your deficit should be, honestly, just kind of experiment. And over time, you'll get a general idea of what you need. Like for me, I think my maintenance is probably around like 16 or 1700. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm pretty sure it's like probably around there. You can start out by looking up TDEE calculator, and you can get like a rough estimate and then like try out that calorie limit for a week, whatever, like plug in your stats and everything, and then it'll give you a number. Just try that out for like a week, see how your body weight fluctuates, and then based off that you can go lower or higher. I'd recommend losing like half a pound to maybe a little bit over a pound a week. If you want to go really aggressive, like you can try and do like up to 2, but I don't recommend that. I'd say half a pound to maybe like a pound and a half. But it also just depends on how much you have to lose and what your time frame is. I'd always recommend going as slow as possible, like half a pound. Half a pound a week for a year is like 26 pounds. That's still a lot. But like I said, it just depends on your circumstances, what your current body fat is. Do you have a timeline? Do you just prefer going more aggressive for like 4 weeks and then stopping there? Or do you like the slow and steady approach? Just experiment and then figure out what works for you. You'll hear people say this a lot, but like there's not like one size fits all when it comes to fat loss. It's really individualized and kind of based off your personality and how high your motivation is to lose weight in the first place. Like for me, I just want to look better. I don't really like the way that I look so much, and I want to be more athletic. So that's like kind of my motivation. And like I also know that I'm capable of so much more, and I just want to push myself to see how far I can go and be an inspiration to other people. Really finding your why is really important during a fat loss phase, and it's important for understanding how fast do you want to lose weight. If you're leaner, let's say half a pound up to a pound. If you're a little bit heavier, we could say, then like pound up to 2 pounds. But general rule of thumb is like 1% of your body weight a week, or 0.5% of your body weight a week. Just try stuff out. See what works for you. See what you prefer.
I just got out of class. Oh my gosh, it is actually so cold outside. Like, I think it's hailing. I'm pretty sure it's hailing. I was walking out of class, and I feel like it feels like the tornadoes outside. It's that windy out, and like, if like the snow just like hurt, it just hurt to get hit by. But anyways, I'm about to stop by the store. To be honest, I'll just show you guys a little bit of what I look for when I'm out and about. So, yeah, I'll see you in a bit. I had to pause my Harry Styles for this. But look how bad this is. Look at this. You can like barely even see the road. Come on. Okay, this is actually kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie. I might have to lock in a little bit. Okay, so I was thinking about it. To be honest, I could make a whole separate video about shopping while dieting or like cutting. Well, that mom is really... Anyways, the name of the game basically when shopping while on a diet is like looking for lower calorie alternatives to stuff that already exists. Like, honestly, like in our day and age, if you can name something, there's probably like a zero sugar, like low calorie version of whatever that thing is, or just like a leaner version. Like for meats especially, like 85-15 ground beef versus like 93-7, that makes a big difference. Or like if you choose egg whites over eggs, low calorie sauces, zero sugar drinks, it's pretty much about it. You don't have to eliminate tacos from your diet. You can have tacos every day if you wanted. You would just have to use like a lean ground beef and like a low carb tortilla or something. Low fat cheese. You know what I mean? Just get creative. Whatever foods you like, I'm sure there's a way to make it applicable in your diet. So yeah, I'll show you like a little bit of what I get though.
So I also got nervous to record here, but this right here is a 85-15 ground turkey. Has 240 calories and 21 grams of protein, which, I mean, really isn't that bad. But here we have 93-7 ground turkey, which is way better, you'll see. So it has 160 calories and 22 grams of protein.
Alright, so what did I get? I got more egg whites, some more energy drinks. These were like on sale. This sounded pretty good, so I'm gonna try this monster out. I got some of this buffalo sauce. Apparently it's 0 calorie, but it's actually like 31 calories for 100 grams. This right here is a cheat code. Any kind of deli meat is like super low calorie. I don't know what kind of like stuff that they put in it. I'm pretty sure it's some freaky stuff. This guy's like gliding, yo. I don't want to record him, but like, yo, he's moving elegantly. Anyways, look at that. 50 calories, 10 protein, $5 for 6 servings. So $5 for 300 calories and 60 grams of protein. Like, come on, that's freaking awesome. So yeah, that's it. Actually, wait, I lied. I got some of this. It's kind of like the Mios. I just got some more flavors because, like, why not? And then I got some cinnamon also. All right, guys, something else I just thought of. I don't know if you guys watch the news at all, but if you've looked at the news recently, David bars have been under attack for misrepresenting the amount of calories that are listed in the actual bar. And I bring that up because food labels can lie. Like that buffalo sauce that I just got, it'll say like 0 calories per serving, but it can only say that because it might have like 4 calories per serving. And if that's the case, then they can round down and say that it has 0. So that's why it'll say like 0 calories per serving, but in 100 grams, it will be like 31, according to this Reddit post that I just saw. And it's funny because I actually watched a Greg Doucette video about this a while ago when he was talking about how the David bars have like 260 calories or something like that. but it's like the type of artificial fat that they use. Like the human body can't absorb all the calories in it, so like they can list it as having less calories. Moral of this story, you guys, don't always fall for these marketing schemes. Like sometimes products will be labeled as having like this many calories, like on the front of the label, like front of the box, front of the package, whatever. But then you look at it and it's like this many calories for a serving, and there's like 8 servings in the whole thing. So it's like, you know, you just gotta pay attention to little stuff like that, because it's all about marketing. As long as they can get your eyes and get your money, like these companies don't care about your health. In fact, a lot of these companies build their entire revenue off of jeopardizing your health because their food is so addicting. So yeah, just something to consider.
Okay, a few things that I quickly want to touch up on, because the more that I think about it, the more that, like, I could keep going on about, like, tips and diet advice and, like, everything. So honestly, I'm probably going to end up making this like a series just because there's so much information. At the end of the day, it boils down to calories in, calories out, right? Which you could even look at as, like, calories in, calories out for the week or for the month, for the month or for the year or for however long of a time period. The point is, you have to be in a deficit over a period of time to lose weight. So another thing that's really important is, like, I just went to the grocery store, right? I can show a screenshot right now. I walked in with a list, like, on my phone. If you ever go to the store, especially when you're hungry, like, make a list. And before you buy anything off that list, like, look at everything that you got and be like ask yourself, do I really need this? Or is it just like an impulse buy? Like, I wanted a drink, but I have like lots of drinks at the crib. So I'm like, let me just wait till I get to the crib. And I did wait, and like, I'm fine. I got like the same end result basically. So yeah, have a list and try your best to stick to it. I think I'm gonna make like a whole video on its own about binge eating, because that's something that I really struggled with within the past year, and it's something that I recently have been able to get over. So I think I want to make it like an entirely separate video for that, just because I feel like there's a lot that I could talk about for that. But I'll kind of combine binge eating and cravings into one category for now. It's kind of something that you have to expect a little bit when you're on a diet. Can you hear my dog? Rico. I say the best thing that you can do if you do get cravings is drink water, eat high protein, eat low calorie, high volume foods, eat high fiber. All those will just like fill your stomach up. Because I'm assuming this is like late at night, so you can't have like coffee or something. But like, do that, because that'll fill up your stomach. Like, this is assuming that you haven't binged, like you have the urge to binge. Do that, step away from the kitchen, do something else, like play video games or something. Or if it's late at night, like just go to bed. Like, do those things and then just go to bed. And then you'll save yourself. Like, even if you do eat over on like carrots and like lettuce and stuff like that. Like that big salad that I had for dinner. Eat something like that and then go to bed. Just try and like get your mind off the food. That's if you have like the urge to binge or you have like super high cravings. Like, do something like that. Or if it's early in the day, like, and you're having cravings, then you can have like a caffeinated drink. What I'll do is I'll think about whatever food I really want, and I'll try and look up some recipe online for like a low calorie version. So yeah, like I said, try and fill your stomach up as much as possible. Drink a bunch of water, go for a walk, play video games, go to bed. Drink like a Diet Coke or something. Something sweet but like 0 calorie. Have some caffeine if it's early in the day, or find a low calorie alternative for whatever it is that you're craving. Or if you do have some calories left over, you can try and incorporate that food into your calories for the day. So like yesterday I had like ice cream drumstick. I had one of those and I was still under my calories. Like, I still lost weight. So if you can manage that and if you can handle that, that's something that I would do, so that like every time you do get a craving and you tell yourself that you can't have it, like, I think it's kind of human nature to want things that we can't have. If you tell yourself you can't have this food, then you're gonna think more about like, there's this food that I can't have, and now like all I can do is think about that food. But if you try and work that into your diet and you're like, okay, I can have a taste of this food but I can't go crazy. When you diet for after a certain point, it kind of feels like you forget what things taste like. Like for me, I kind of forgot what a donut tastes like, and I was thinking about it so much. But I worked into my calories, I had like pre-workout. Maybe not the best pre-workout snack, but it got the job done. So if you can handle that, that's something I would do. Avoid trigger foods, cause one time I got a bag of Drizzlicious and I just ended up eating the whole thing. And I binged like crazy that day. So don't do that. Avoid trigger foods. Have a strong support system around you. I didn't realize how important that was until a lot of time passed. If your friends and family, like if their idea of fun is like stuffing your face with food, it's gonna be hard. Like honestly, it's just gonna be hard. That's something that you would have to talk to them about. Like just be open and honest and be like, hey, like I wanna lose weight. I don't like where I'm at right now. And I'm gonna start like watching my diet a little bit more. So if you guys go to McDonald's or something, like I'm not gonna order anything from McDonald's, or if I do, I'm gonna order like, I don't like nuggets or something, like a 4-piece, which is something I've done before. I order a 4-piece and like a diet Sprite or something like that, or like a Diet Coke, just so I wouldn't make my friend feel uncomfortable. Something I think about outside of like dieting is like, if I really love somebody, if I really support them, whatever their goals may be, are like my goals too. I'll sacrifice something for myself. Like I'll make a sacrifice so that you can have a better outcome because I care for you. That's the kind of people that you want around you when you're going through something like this. It's hard to tell my mom that like, I don't want to eat whatever she made for dinner. Like she made something for dinner today and I was like, I'm gonna have like chicken and potatoes. But she doesn't judge me for it. She still loves me like I'm still her son at the end of the day. My friends don't really care if I don't eat anything from McDonald's. I'll probably take off their plates anyways. So I'll probably end up eating something regardless. But yeah, just having people around you who won't judge you for what you're doing and who support what you're doing is really important. Not just for if you're cutting, but in life in general. Something else I've realized is that you kind of change your perspective on food. And I mean that for like a few different reasons. So for one, after you gain a ton of knowledge on food, you kind of can't look at it the same, which is kind of a sad thing to say. But like back in the day, I would eat Pop-Tarts every morning in the summer with like I would chase it with like a Gatorade or something, like a full sugar Gatorade. And now like I can't even, like I don't understand how I did that every day. Like it was really bad. Like I would never let myself do that again for a prolonged period of time. Now I look at food as like fuel. What does this chicken do for me? It like helps me build muscle. What does this banana do? It like it's gonna help me in my workout. You know what I mean? So like knowledge is power and ignorance is bliss. The more that you know the benefits and downsides of certain foods, like it's harder to enjoy food if I'm going out to eat with my family. Like I'll still get like a salad or something most of the time, something on the healthier side. I'd rather order a salad than have like a burger or something, because like the burger tastes good, but I know that if I do get the burger, I'll probably end up regretting it the next day. Like that really didn't get me closer to my goals, which you could look at as like disordered eating, but at the end of the day, like it's my choice. Like I'm choosing not to eat the burger and to choose the salad instead. It's not like anybody's forcing me to. Like I'm making the decision for myself that I want to do that, because that's a sacrifice that I'm willing to make to get closer to my goal of losing weight. And also, you eat to be satisfied or to just like not feel like you're starving, because when you're dieting, you kind of like never full. Like even if you are full, you're like, that feeling goes away really quickly, and it feels good to be full, especially when you're like super depleted. But like I said, I've learned that when you eat, at least on a diet, like you'll eat and then time will pass and then you'll get like super hungry, and then your next meal comes and then you feel fine, and then you feel fine, and then you get really hungry, and then you get your next meal again. So it's like you're basically eating almost to like survive in a sense on some days. Like today I ate and I was fine. Like I didn't really get that hungry. I got a little hungry, but it wasn't like anything crazy. But on some days it really feels like you'll eat a meal, and then as you're eating the meal, you're like thinking about the next one, because it's like you're just that hungry. Which again is like, it might be kind of sad to say, but for me, I'm making that decision. It's like nobody's forced me to do that. Like it's just what I want to do. So I don't really see it as like a major sacrifice. And again, this is why I say it's important to have like a really strong support system, because people aren't gonna like understand what you're doing. It's unusual to have such strict control over your food. Some people might look at it as disordered eating, because you can't just eat whatever you want. But I'd argue that eating whatever you want might be a form of disordered eating, because you're not regulating anything. So you can make an argument both ways, but at the end of the day, this is your choice, whether or not you do want to diet, and you shouldn't let anybody else dictate whatever it is that you want to do because they're judgmental or whatever. But yeah, eat till you're satisfied or not starving so that you can make it to your next meal, and then your next meal, and then you sleep, and then you get to have your next meal. That's kind of like the process of going through a diet. Like I said, I'm probably gonna end up making this like a series of videos just because there's so much little info that I could give out about all this stuff. Like I could probably write a book on this, to be honest, if I really wanted to, because there's just a lot to take in. But the last thing that I can think of, at least for now, is you have to occupy your mind. It's funny because I saw this reel on Instagram, and it was like, cutting is how much can you side quest between meals. And I think that's really true. The more busy that you can keep your mind, the less that you're thinking about food. Like I try and get to a point where I'm so like locked in on my homework or just doing something that I like forget that I'm hungry. Like I got done with my test today, which I definitely bombed, by the way, I'm not gonna lie. But I was taking my test, I got done with the test, and afterwards I was like, oh shoot, I'm hungry. But like during the test, like I was so locked in, like I didn't even think about it. I thought about it a little bit, but it wasn't like overwhelming, like, oh my gosh, I'm just so freaking hungry. It was just like, I'm gonna go for some food right now. I forgot to talk about my dinner. So my dinner was like 100 grams of chicken, salad, I didn't weigh it out, olives, banana peppers, jalapenos, buffalo sauce, Tabasco. I just threw a bunch of stuff together, to be honest. It was like 10 ounces exactly of potatoes. I've been trying to master these potato wedges for like a week now. I still haven't gotten it right, but I'm thinking I will soon. I found out that potatoes are the highest on the satiety index, which if you're gonna look something up, look up like nomad fiber or something like that. Satiety index, glycemic index, and then just do more research on leanest protein sources, lowest calorie foods, lowest calorie sauces, low calorie drinks. Basically just like low calorie everything, highest fiber, highest protein, highest volume, and you should be pretty golden. For the most part, dieting isn't like most people know what to do. The hardest part is just actually doing it. I think I'll end the video on this. So I said earlier that you need a really strong why for dieting. And I say that just because like when you go to reach for like a cookie or something, you're reaching for that cookie because it's comfortable. It's what you're used to. But the resistance comes from that new identity that's forming with you, telling you that, you know, you probably shouldn't. And then there's the old you that's like battling that. It's like, I want the cookie, and then the new you is like, I don't want it. But throughout this process, you're creating a new identity for yourself. You're no longer the person that reaches for the cookie when you're stressed out. Instead, you go for a walk. You talk to somebody. You meditate. You journal. You pray. You find other solutions outside of food for comfort. The more positive affirmation that you give yourself during a diet, the more that you're probably going to be able to stick to it. The more that you tell yourself that I am a person that is active and watches their diet and does the right things, the more that you tell yourself that, the more that you write it down, the more that you meditate on it or pray for it even, the more that you start to manifest it, and it actually happens through your actions, not just like through your words. So eventually you have to identify with that new person that you're creating, and you'll hear that voice from your old self telling you to go back to your old ways, like skip out on cardio, don't live today, have a little treat. But if you don't know what you're doing, if you give into those thoughts, more often than not, you're gonna fall back in your old ways. If you want to achieve something that you've never done before, you have to do stuff that you've never done before. Dieting is hard, but it's supposed to be hard. And that's something that you need to think about when you do get those thoughts about cheating or about giving up. It's that it's not supposed to be easy. That's why people don't walk around shredded or like even relatively lean. Most of the population is overweight or obese. So if you can do just a little bit better than that, then you're doing better than most people. And there's only a select few that do even better than the people that are doing better than the majority, if that makes any sense. You can be in the 1%. It just takes time. It takes consistency. It takes adherence. You just have to make that decision and that commitment in order to get there. My best of wishes to you guys watching this video. And if you guys do have any questions, comment them below or just hit me up. Like, I'm pretty lonely. I'm not gonna lie. If you text me, I'll respond to you. I'm gonna show a video of my morning weight tomorrow, just so I can prove to you guys that like I actually know what I'm doing. I will see you guys in the morning. Okay. So sometimes that's gonna happen. I think for me it could be like I wasn't hydrated. Like it could be holding on to sodium or like, I don't know. But I'm not too worried about it. If you fall in that same situation, then just keep on. Because if you take it day by day, it might not, like the scale might not reflect whatever you're doing. You could be holding on to water. You could be like holding on to carbs. It could be stress, which might make you hold on to water. There's a bunch of things at play, so that's why it's important to go by the weekly average. Like tomorrow my weight might drop, but for now, like I'm not too worried about it. Ideally it would go down, but like, I mean, it's whatever. But anyways, just repeat that process and then eventually over time, you'll get to where you want to be. Take measurements like of your waist. Look in the mirror. Don't just go solely on a scale. That'd be my advice. That's about it.